In this video, I will teach you how to fill out a hotel form, an Airbnb form, or any rental or housing form, in specific in Argentinian Spanish. Why not Spanish? Because here we have our own dialect, we have totally different words and different ways to say exactly the same. But if you don't know our specific dialect, you will not be able to fill out any form in Argentina. So if you're ready, arrancamos, che. Vamos ahora con la primera palabra. Formulario de reserva de hotel. O formulario de reserva de Airbnb. Formulario de reserva de alquiler. Formulario means form. Don't confuse this word with forma. Forma is a way or the way. Formulario means a form or form. Now, formulario de reserva means reservation form. Hotel means hotel. Alquiler means rent or rental. Casa means house. And Airbnb, of course, is exactly the same. Airbnb in Argentina. Now, typically the first part is your information, your personal information. Información personal, or in other words, we can say datos del huésped, guest information. We will start then with the first two words, nombre y apellido. Nombre means name, por ejemplo, Nicolás, and apellido means surname or last name, which is, por ejemplo, Miño, mi apellido, Miño. Segundo nombre, it doesn't mean second name, which is surname. Not at all. Segundo nombre means middle name. As for example, mi segundo nombre es Juan. So my complete name or mi nombre completo es Nicolás Juan Miño. Right? Nicolás, first name, Juan, middle name, and Miño, surname. Now, typically in any form you have two options, obligatorio and opcional. Obligatorio means a mandatory answer. And opcional, of course, means optional. Another important note we have in all forms, which is respuesta corta and respuesta larga, and párrafo o opciones. Respuesta corta means short answer. Respuesta larga, long answer. Párrafo, paragraph, and opcional means it's optional or it has options, en opciones, like multiple choice. We continue now with documento. Documento in Argentinian Spanish, it does not mean document. Well, it actually does mean that, but in this case, in this context in specific, documento means ID. We don't say ID, we say documento. The name of the Argentinian ID is called DNI, which means Documento Nacional de Identidad or Identity National Document, and we just say DNI. In your case, as a foreigner, as a extranjero, you will only have your pasaporte, which is your passport. So in this question or answer for your ID or documento, you have three answers: DNI, pasaporte, or maybe otro. So as I said before, DNI, ID, pasaporte, passport, otro, it would be other or another. Maybe you can use your driving license. I don't think you would, but if you need it, the name of this in Spanish is licencia de conducir. Nacionalidad, of course, nationality. En mi caso, argentino. Nacionalidad, argentino. Fecha de nacimiento means date of birth. Fecha means date, and birth is nacimiento. It's a word that comes from nacer. Nacer means to be born. Remember that in Spanish, Latin America, in Spain, and in Argentina, of course, to write dates, we start first with a date. So as for example, today, the day I'm recording this video, 13 de septiembre de 2025, which in English it would be 13th September 2025. This will be the date and numbers. We firstly start with the day, which is 13, then the number of the month, which is del 9, and then the number of the year, 2025 o 2025, 2025. We typically just say the long name. We don't say 2025, we say 2025. This is extremely important to know, so write it somewhere so that you never forget and you never have a problem with it and you never confused with it. Email de contacto, or Spanish version would be correo electrónico de contacto. Nowadays we typically just say email of contact. Email de contact, meaning email of contact. O correo electrónico de contacto, electronic email of contact. Celular o teléfono means your telephone or your mobile phone. In Argentina we don't say móvil, we just say celular. Celular means phone, like the one I'm using right now to record this video. Don't forget the country code. In Argentina, our country code is called Código de País, and in our case it would be más 54. We continue now with dirección. Dirección means address or direction. Dirección completa is your full address. Por ejemplo, Palermo 1100. That would be my address, let's say. Contacto de emergencia. This is very easy, right? The same as in English. Emergency contact. Now we start with the state details. Stay in Argentinian Spanish is called estancia. To stay is quedarse. Is the check-in. Check-in in Argentinian Spanish is fecha de ingreso. Check-in date. Remember, never forget in the case of dates. We start with the day, then with the month, and finally with the year. Fecha de ingreso means the checkout. Horario estimado de llegada. Estimated arrival time. Llegada is the arrival. Llegar is to arrive or to get somewhere. So as for example, in this case, you can just say the time, right? The exactly hour you more or less think you will get there, you will arrive. And if you would like to say to get somewhere, to get to the hotel, you will say llegar al hotel, llegar al Airbnb, llegar a la casa, etc. Now, for time in Argentina, we typically use the 24 hours we have in the day. So if we are talking about 6 p.m., you can say 6 de la tarde, 6 in the afternoon, we say. Also, if you have to write it exactly hour you're talking about, you would just write 18, meaning 6 p.m. But you can also perfectly just write, say, 6 p.m. But it's not that common in Argentina. We usually just write the 24 hours. Cantidad de huéspedes. Cantidad means amount, and huéspedes is guests, in plural. Por ejemplo, 5 huéspedes, 4 huéspedes, o solamente 2 huéspedes. If you would like to have even more than that, you can say más de 5 huéspedes o muchos más. Or you can just specify the number of guests. Ahora con tipo de habitación. It means type of room or room type. In this case, we're talking about typically about the bed, right? So it can be single, which is the same as in English. Cama matrimonial, which is a bed for a marriage. Triple means 3 different beds. Cuádruple means 4 different beds in the same room or the same apartment or hotel. Another typical question you would have in any formulario or form is if you travel with kids. To ask this in Spanish, we say, ¿viajas con nenes? ¿Viajas con niños o nenes? Nenes is the Argentine word for children. It's in plural. And then you can answer, sí, 2 nenes o 2 nenas, o un nene y una nena, 3 nenes, etc. Let's say you have 4 children. If you're talking about this group of children in plural, you can just say nenes, my children, mis nenes. Even though there are like 3 girls and 1 boy, or 3 boys and 1 girl, it doesn't matter. We still say nenes. If you have 4 boys or just 4 girls, you will say 4 nenes o 4 nenas. Edades o edad means ages or age. As for example, un nene 5 años, otro nene 6 años, otro nene 7 años, etc. Bueno, ahora continuamos. Now we continue with other questions. As for example, necesidades especiales o accesibilidad, meaning special needs or accessibility. In this case, you can explain it, right? Typically, you would just explain it in un párrafo, in a paragraph. Then you can just write. In this case, I would recommend you to use ChatGPT. Just write whatever you want and ask him to translate it. You can also use any other translator as DPL, which I think is the best translator for Spanish. But of course, you can absolutely not only depend on ChatGPT or your translator. You definitely have to learn Spanish. Well, everything would be much harder and everything would take longer than it's supposed to be. Anyways, we continue now with servicios y preferencias. Preferences and services. As for example, desayuno is the breakfast. Typically have 2 options, right? Incluido or no incluido. Incluido is included, no incluido is not included. Estacionamiento. Estacionar means to park. Estacionamiento is the parking lot or the parking. In this case, it can have multiple options, múltiples opciones. Por ejemplo, estacionamiento para moto, por motorcycle. Estacionamiento para auto pequeño o auto chico, for a small car. Estacionamiento para camión o camioneta, which is for a big car, like for example for a Ranger or a pickup. Or another option, it could be no necesito, I don't need. So that you can choose any of these options. And by the way, to choose in Argentinian Spanish, we just say elegir, the same as in Spanish in general. To choose, elegir. Traslado de aeropuerto o terminal o estación. In this case, this means transfer, airport, or station bus or bus. It means whether or not you want the hotel to pick you up or drop you or in the airport. So in this case, you can have 3 options. Quiero traslado de llegada, meaning I want somebody to pick me up. Quiero traslado de salida, meaning I want to drop me off in the airport, or whatever you want. Salida is the time when you go out or the exit. Or just no necesito o no quiero. I don't want, I don't need. Another super important you probably have or probably not. Mascota. Mascota means pet or mascot. You typically have 2 or 3 answers. So you can say sí or no. And if it is sí, you have to specify, right? Like what kind of animal you have. Like un perro, dog, gato, cat, or I don't know, hamster. Hamster, the same. If you have one, you have to say the size of this dog. So size is tamaño. And raza is the type of dog you have, meaning the breed. You will probably use the centimeters or meters. Because in Argentina, we don't use inches, mile, no. You have to learn the Argentinian ones that we use. Basically the system that the rest of the world use. Now, we're talking about invoicing, right? Invoicing is called facturación. Invoice is called factura, but factura can also be bakery or a specific type of cakes. It's always funny because we make a lot of jokes with this word specific. Factura, which is invoice or bakery or cakes. But in this case, in specific, of course, factura is invoice. Facturación, invoice. As for example, ¿necesitas factura? Do you need an invoice? Typically, those two questions, sí or no. You can specify. Then we have tipo de factura, which is type of invoice. And of course, in Argentina, we have many different ones. In this case, in specific, you should talk with an Argentinian accountant. He will explain you everything about the thing specific. But I can tell you a little bit. Each invoice has a different name, and the name is A, B, C, D, E, and I think some more. Then, nombre o razón social, it is the legal name or the company name. Now, in the invoice, they can ask you for your tax identification, right? So we have two different ones, but of course, they probably will ask you for the one you have in the USA. In Argentina, we have two, and these are quit, social security number, and quit, which in English will be like the employer identification number. Both are for taxpayers, right? But of course, they probably will ask you for the ones you have in the USA, and they will specify that. El domicilio fiscal is the tax address. Domicilio means address as well. And I told you that you can also say dirección, which still means address. So you have two words now, domicilio and dirección. Still, it means address. Domicilio fiscal, tax address. Now I will teach you the different names that we have for Argentinian taxpayers. I don't think you will need it right now, but if you want to be a new resident, this is something you must know. And this is something we study in my program. And this is something very specific in Argentina. You must have an accountant and a lawyer or attorney to ask about everything you want to know about this topic in specific. But if you would like to have an accountant or an attorney, you absolutely need Spanish. Not everyone in Argentina speaks English. So if you want to fully understand what your attorney says, what your accountant says, and what business is like in Argentina, you must learn Spanish. We continue then with the following word. El responsable inscripto in America or in United States, it would be VAT registered taxpayer. El monotributo, monotributista would be the monotax for small businesses. Exento would be the VAT exempt taxpayer. And consumidor final would be final consumer. Typically, in los formularios or in the forms, you would have this option or this question. Método de pago preferido. Payment method preferred, or the payment method you want to choose. We have tarjeta de crédito o débito, credit card or debit card, transferencia bancaria, bank transfer. In Argentina, we have something called CBU, which is the number of your bank account of your Argentinian bank account, and alias, which is the name or the nickname of your bank account. Efectivo, cash, efectivo, and otro means another or other payment or any other payment method you would like to use. This is a very little part of this topic in specific. There are much more you have to learn to live here in Argentina or to make a reservation for your hotel. And if you're a traveler, somebody who travels a lot in Argentina or a new resident, this is something you extremely need because you will work on all of this every single day where you travel in Argentina. And even more if you're a new resident because you will start living here for the rest of your life. And what I told you here is a very little part of what we learn in my programs, in my one-on-one program. So if you would like to be fully prepared to make reservations in your hotel or make any other type of reservation anywhere and be fully independent and free in Argentina as a new resident or a traveler, with my program, you can do it. In the description, you will find all about my programs and all the information about my program. So if you would like to start speaking Argentinian Spanish, specifically for travelers and new residents, this is your moment. This is the moment to start doing that. So I hope you have liked this video. Tell me what do you think. And don't forget that this channel is specifically for new residents and travelers. So if you would like to learn Argentinian Spanish, subscribe to this channel and watch all my videos and my different playlists and my webpage where you will find everything to learn Argentinian Spanish. Muchas gracias por ver y nos vemos en otro episodio. Chao, chao.